Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Design. I am back with an organizational video about my die keeping. And actually, I need to switch this for this. Okay. So a while back, these were sent for me to review and I've really enjoyed these. And what I have done, I have not really labeled them because life just hasn't been that way of late. I don't know how it's been for y'all, but I just feel like right now it's a day-to-day thing, and I just, I'm honestly focused on what it's going to take each day. So, and the way this works is there's individual little, you know, containers within one large container. And I'm sorry, it's really loud. I didn't recognize that because I've always just kind of done it on my own. But what I have done is just set up various, different containers. So I have several of these dies that I have received over a period of time that I need to find a way to put them in. And I wanted to show you how I am breaking them down. So some of these come connected, and then you take your little wire clippers and you clip them apart. And then some of them, well, these came connected as well. And it looks like all of these did. Wow, that's weird. I haven't had this happen in a long time. So every single one of these, now these are separate. So the thought is, are those are even connected? Aren't those sweet? But, okay, I digress. And like here is one piece. So that is the nativity, right? This is really neat. And I'll have to do this particular die for y'all because I really love this die. It makes like a little shade for a candle and a votive, and oh, it's so pretty. But this one is connected too. This is a single, just an I love Jesus. And then here are bits and pieces that have to be broken apart. So what I wanted to share with you, what I have done so far, is I have sorted things by semi-similar, I guess you can say similar things. But what I want to do is to go back in here, clean them all out, and then resort them. I have got some labels back here in my drawer. I'm going to grab those. But before we do all of this one, so this is probably going to be a part 2. This is just various different dies. What I have right here is a completely empty kit. So, never been opened, never been used. Hold on. And I'm super excited. So, many of you know that I have been doing a lot of memory decks projects lately. So, what I have been blessed with are lots of memory decks, different types of dies. And some of these are inexpensive. Some of these are more expensive, no doubt. But they're just, some of these are like the originals from Heidi Swapp. Some of these are, this is an actual memory decks. Can you believe that? Let me see if you get down here. You can see there's the little cutout. And it's a globe. I know. And it's supposed to be for Christmas, but you could use it any time of the year. You can just put different things inside the globe if they fit. So I just thought this was so charming. Anyways, but long story short, I am really enjoying these projects. I haven't shared a whole lot with y'all because it's kind of been like my downtime, and I've kind of needed it. And so many of you have written me and messaged me, and I really appreciate your kindness right now. I have just been worn down, and it had a lot to do with what happened within our family, no doubt. And so I am just, it's a day-to-day. So, whoopsie, I don't know if this is going to work well, so I'm going to have to try this one out. But if you can see, there are the little cuts right there for the memory decks, little poles that you put it on. So, these are just charming. And so, that is not memory decks, that's a pocket, but there's lots of little goodies for the inside. And that one is by Art Impressions. And then I also have some memory decks cards that either I got from Lori or Lori sent them from By the Well for God. So I wanted to make sure and just stick them in here just because. So I thought what I would do is do one of these that is just straight up memory decks. I know. You would think, why? Because there's a lot. And if this keeps kind of going the way it's been going, I think there's going to be more. So anyways, people are so kind, and I do want to say thank you to everybody who sends me things, and I really appreciate it. you know, it's a blessing to get to be here and share with you guys, but you guys are what makes it worthwhile. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about was you can literally take your dies out of the little Ziploc or zippered bags, or you can even put them in zippered bags. But I'm just going to keep them in the bags they came in, because why reinvent the wheel unless the wheel is broken? And so back to what, so you can see, aren't they cute? And then you have the little cutout. You have the outer for this, so you could cut this in acetate. I mean, seriously, these are so stinking cute. And then here is a little house. And then here's the little house with snow and the snow around the door. I mean, it could be for Christmas. It could not be for Christmas. It could be for winter. It could not be for winter. But, so what I'm going to do is fold these back down. And then I'm going to separate these as I use them. And I have some little wire snipper cutters. And I have a whole little toolkit. So I'll probably keep it with this, though I use it for like jewelry making and things like that. And so the theory is I'm just going to keep them in the zippered bag pouch by themselves. Now, these that kind of are on their own and they're just straight, you know, outlines, then actually I should put those on top because those will probably be the most used. I'm going to keep these in the bag because they came in a bag. I'm going to go ahead. I think I want to take these out of the container. There's nothing on here except for that it says it's from Heidi Swap. And yes, I will save this and use it on a junk journal. I am going to save that. I know why. But if you look at it, it's about the same size. So I'm wondering if I can't make a shaker card out of it somehow. I know. I don't know exactly how yet, but it's worth trying. So I'm going to put that in there. And that will take care of my first one. So, and then I have my little, hold on. Okay, then I will put my little globe in here. And then I will just kind of go from there. I think that at this point, and again, I'm sorry for the noise. And I may just do it like this so it won't be so noisy for y'all. I'm trying to figure out which is the least noisy. But the theory is that as I get these, I will have these to use for various memory decks projects. And I think those two, well, let me see. I may even be able to put all three of these in here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm really into conserving space. I know I don't need to. I've got plenty of slots left. But again, you know, this is something that I'm going to use over and over. I'm going to go ahead and set those in there with that. And this is completely set up. Now, you're going to say, well, that's a lot of box for not many dies. There's many more of these. I think they're in the other room. I went through and gathered a whole bunch of them. I didn't gather everything. I thought I had everything because I was keeping it in a little bag. The bag literally just came falling open. It was a Christmas or birthday present bag for my husband. So I saved the bag to repurpose because it's a really good, cute little bag. And then even if I just taped it back together or glued it back together and used it again as a gift bag, it'd be perfect. But for some reason, the bottom fell out. And I thought, But I thought I had more of these in here, and I do not. So I'm totally fine. I mean, that's plenty. That's plenty. Do I need any more? No, I don't. I'm totally fine. Okay, now let's get to this project. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this in here, but I might. So hang with me. I'm really into pockets lately, especially in my junk journaling and just journals in general. I think that these are just invaluable tools. Now, you guys know I love steel cut dies. Love steel cut dies. Hands down, love steel cut dies. They cut more in one whack. It's just more efficient use of time and energy. But every now and then you just need a Thinlet. And so, yeah, that's where we're on that one. What I may do is just take everything out and then regather it so I can sort. So let's just do this together. And I may just put this on a little deal and speed up. So there's a bunny. Oh, that's sweet. But I think that it's worth taking a few minutes to just put these together. I really do. So, yeah. But I hope you guys are having a great day. Our weekend, we got this incredible storm that came in and, what does that say? Celebrate. Okay. And boy, the winds were high, but it brought in, we were hoping rain. We were expecting rain Saturday and Sunday, and we did not get it either day. So we were very disappointed because you guys know, hold on one second, let me scooch this out of the way. We've got our garden going, and just like everybody else, we need rain. I mean, we don't just want it, we need it. So, you know, I mean, that's just how those things go, right? But, you know, seeds are coming up. If you guys watched any of the weekend videos, and I believe there's been several that have gone up today, you know, I talk about the gardens. And today at lunch, my husband came over from his little office, and I was giving him all of his lunch, and we were walking around looking at all the seeds. The only ones that haven't come up yet, so we're still praying, and sometimes it takes longer. And my husband's like, how come the seeds aren't up yet? Why aren't the seeds up yet? Oh, they didn't work. And I said, well, they may not have, but remember, some seeds germinate quicker than others. And so, anyways, you know, hence our little loofahs that we planted last year. They took forever to come up, but they came up, and they were directly sown right in the soil, and it wasn't an easy soil. So, okay, so now let's sort. And I can't decide what I want to sort with. So this is kind of a generic frame. These are just frame dies that you cut individually and you put together, and they're stitched and all of that. So those are going to go there. And that is a cabin and a horse. So I'm not sure what the logic was there. Let's see. That's more junk journal-y steampunk. So I'm going to leave that there. That's holiday. This is Valentine's. That's decorative. I love that. But it's also Valentine's too. So I may just put those together. And then, of course, that is a series of hearts. That will go there as well. And I had that with it because that was decorative. But it's purely decorative. So let's wait and see. And this one is, I believe, Merry Christmas. And it is. So I'm going to put this here for Christmas. Now, I know we have a nativity. So let's find the nativity. I think that was in what we just got. Here, and I mean in a newer one. So that's a nativity. I'm going to put those together. These are florals. That's decorative, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to put that separate. Now that is a Lister's Got a List thing. I know. Don't you, isn't that neat? So I'm super excited to play with that. So I'm going to just set that by itself. I'm not sure yet. Now, part of me wants to put that with Christmas, and I think I am. And there is an angel. And let's see, I had a tree, which just looks decorative. So I'm going to go back there. And then I also have these leaves, and that's decorative. So I'm going to leave that there. I don't know, maybe leaves with the flowers? I don't know. Okay. This is all Christmas. And if you can see it, it says peace, love, joy. And then there's all kinds of gingerbread, snowflakes. So that's going to go with Christmas. Now, this is summer, and it has to do with weather. So weather's going to kind of be on its own. The two children praying. And I love this when, I don't know where those, oh, I do know where those are. So years ago, my grandmother gave us money for Christmas, and they were these two little redwood, I believe they were redwood, I can't remember, special kind of wood. And they were a little girl and a little boy praying. And at that time, we had two children, a boy and a girl, and I loved it. So, and this one is a big girl, a little bitty boy, and a medium-sized boy, which I need a big girl, a medium boy, and a little girl. So, but that's okay. I'm very thankful. Thank you for whoever sent it. And here's this for ducks. So that's farm. I'm going to put that with a horse, butterflies, and I think that's floral. So maybe I should just, I'm going to put butterflies and flowers. More flowers and leaves. That is farm. That is Easter. And this is a bird, which is more floral. So I'm going to put that. That's a hummingbird. So I think I'm fairly sort. Wait a minute. I still have another pile over here. Over here. Okay, so that's wood. That like a wooded cabin. So we have two of those. Let's put those together. And those are the trees that go kind of around that. And Yeah, I think I feel pretty good about that. Okay, this is a bunny and flowers. So I think I'm going to put that there. And then, of course, I have Easter here and eggs. So I'm not really sure yet. And I'm going to go ahead and put those two there. Okay, I know you're probably thinking, no, you're not listening. It should be this. I am going to put I Love Jesus right here and let that be just a Christian pile. And yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so let's put them back in, and please forgive me the noise. All right, so let's see. Probably the number one thing I will use the most in all reality is the Christian. For all the Christian journals. So I'll put that on top. And then, and look how easy this is. I mean, it really is easy. There's nothing much. I think the next thing I'll use is all the florals. And yeah, kind of the floral spring thing here. Spring thing. And then the next thing I want to put in, which as I was talking in the middle of this, I was thinking, should I have had this other? Okay, there we go. The next thing, sorry, they kind of got caught and I couldn't figure out what's going on, is this, which is the weather. All the weather icons. And I don't think I want anything with it. I think that's good. Okay, the next thing are probably more, oops, sorry if I'm shaking, the kind of the decorative, oh goodness, I've got the door open, so sorry guys. There is no way to keep this house 100% sealed up tight with, oh goodness, just critters. So this is a celebrate, and I think I'm going to put these in here. So it's decorative celebrate, and then all these hearts. I think that's really pretty. So, and I think I'm going to come back in the, sorry, I'm kind of out of picture, out of here in the weather icons. I think I'm going to put these frames. And though they don't kind of go together, they do in my mind as far as like they'll be used often. So they're third in line. And then there's all of our decoratives. And, there's our log cabins and our animals. And we might be able to put all those together, but I think I'm going to try to put these separate. I know. And I should probably, whoopsie. I'm trying to think if I should put that with our functionals. But it may not fit, and it's not fitting. It's just not fitting, so it's not going to go in there. That's okay, because I also have a little bucket that I keep a lot of my dies in. And it's okay if one of them goes in there. It's not going to be a problem. It's just that when all of these little ones get in there together, it's like, where is blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, which is what they did on the last one, is that they bent one. So if you didn't see, so it's chickens and hens. It's kind of like a, just like a barn scene. And then a little girl swinging on a swing. So anyways, I think that's really sweet. Our daughter sent us a week or two ago pictures of our our granddaughter. And she was out swinging on a swing. And we had sent the swing, so it was kind of nice. You know, we had given it to her last November. And I guess they just figured out where to hang it. So, and she's, and in all honesty, it's been a weird period of time. So it took them a while. But not a problem. So that was all the, like, wood houses, things like that, log cabins, and then the tree scenes. And now I'm trying to decide. I guess I'll do this kind of the steampunk. I wish that could go in there because that would be perfect. But it's not going to fit, so I might as well let it go. And maybe I should just put that in there with the listers got a list. Let me see something. I wanted to see if that would fit in up here. Yeah, it will. So I'm going to put my listers got a list up here. And yeah, there we go. So there's that. Now, last but not least, I've got all the cute couples, whether they're young or big or whatever it is. So you've got the cute little, like, just married, and then you've got the little praying ones, and then look at this cute little boy and girl kissing. So sweet. And then I will put in Christmas down here, and I'm done. Now, there is one more option for this little baby. If it can just fit in I will gladly just put it in, but I will have to remove it every time I use it. And it does, it fits. So now I will go back through and I will label these with just simple, either a label gun or a label maker or just simple file folder labels in handwritten. I am not that particular, especially when it's inside something. If it's something that's up on a shelf and you want it to look uniform, I totally get it. But for this right now, not so much. I just got picked up from Walmart a whole bunch of jars that I'm going to be shuffling all my bread dough, flours, what am I trying to say, dough, bread flours around. And I am going to have my husband, the next time he's out, stop at the Dollar Tree and pick up just chalk labels. And chalk labels with white chalk pen, and I'm done. And I think that that is just one of those perfect kind of setups that, you know, you do your best and that's what you do. So, and I hope you guys are liking this. This is, I ordered a marble contact to cover this to make it look nicer for you guys. And it's still slipping around because I'm just still trying it out. But this is just a piece of foam board from the Dollar Tree. I had ordered all this gorgeous foam, this marble contact paper, and it has been shuffled in the move. We don't know where it is. And we are not complaining. We are thankful for all the help. And so, and then I tried ordering 3 different orders from Walmart to get it. They ended up sending me in substitute, which you couldn't tell from the picture. It was that stuff that lines in a shelf that's squidgy, you know, like spongy squidgy. I was like, that's not going to work. And then I have one that's like weathered wood. And I may just use that. I may just. So I think the white is too stark, but I know for DEK, they want a white backdrop. And so I'm trying to, you know, make it better for y'all, better for them, better for everybody. So, but anyways, what I may do is just do the wood on one side that has like the sticker on it. And then on this side, I'll keep it white. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. These are excellent tools. They can literally be hooked onto a wall or an end of a wire rack. And I have wire racks in my craft cottage. So probably I will take all of them and then hook them on a wire rack. Now, I will probably put a label across here, and that'll be that. And I'm not, they do get heavy, but they're not crazy heavy. And when you first open them, yes, they're hard to open, but they're not hard at all. And I'm thrilled to have one spot where I can put all of my Memory Decks goodies and then all of my just little bits and pieces dies. And I have tons more out in the cottage and in the old bedroom, the old craft room. So there's still a lot to process through, but this gets me started. It gives me a vision for what I'm going to do. Now, the last thing I wanted to share with you guys, and I think I've got just enough time, is I had also ordered, just as a craft tip, so this is an organizational and craft tip. I ordered one of these runners. There's tape runners. A lot of people are using them. They're small. I have a couple, but one of them specifically just runs every single time. And I've noticed a lot of the ladies online use this particular brand. So I ordered one. None of these are inexpensive. They just aren't. But I also wanted to see, let me see if I can figure out how to open this little sweetie doll. And, and I even looked at, hold on. If worse comes to worse, look at the instructions, right? Button, position, refill. Okay, well, I guess this is the part where the monkey knows how to really do it, and I don't. So, anyways, oh goodness. But, yeah, there we go. I guess, does that come undone? Let me see. Looks like it just swings open. Maybe I just am not being forceful enough. Huh. Hold on one second, guys, because I don't want to break it. Just got it, for goodness sakes. Okay. Okay, so here's the theory. This is a regular permanent tape runner. This is a dot repositionable. I want repositionable. I'm tired of things sticking down and having to use, the oil to get it back up, and I've used it for years. I mean, I've used it for years and years and years and years because of scrapbooking. Yeah, like I was using it, oh gosh, I mean, over 20 years ago. I know it's so weird to say things like that. I mean, gee whiz, how can that be when I'm only 29? All right, quit laughing. Oh, it's okay, I'm laughing too. But anyways, it's time flies. It just flies, doesn't it? I mean, I tell you what, I used to be what I thought was the young mom. I'm not, and I'm not even a young grandmother. My kiddos have not had children quickly. Okay, so I will figure this off line. But the real reason I did this, and it very specifically had to do with, I don't want this. I'm hoping this will fit. It showed it in the Amazon that this fit this. I know. And the dispenser for this was more money, but I'd rather just have one dispenser and switch out my refills. And that's what I do with Creative Memories. But the Creative Memories are the small ones, and I'm constantly stopping and refilling and refilling and refilling, and it's not cost effective. I'm going to be honest. The one thing I find with Creative Memories that is not cost effective, and I know all my Creative Memory sisters all just went, they shuddered, but is the refills on the tape runner. It's a fantastic tape runner. It's one of the best you could ever use. It has almost never come off track. But in reality, when you do as much as I do in crafting, it's not enough. It's just not enough. It's not cost effective. So I have the big, huge ATG gun, too big, way too big. I've had the other that was smaller, but it kept messing up all the time. If this one messes up, I'm saving this container and I'm sending it back. And I know that sounds mean, but I really am tired of, having to always have a problem with these things. And I mean, I just think in reality, if I can figure out how to open it, I may have to go watch a YouTube. But, oh, I know what's wrong. I've got the end on it. Hold on. Now I know. So, okay. There we go. That is hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what happens when you're doing videos here on YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. This is what happens when you do it like live, okay? And, so it has a cover on the end. I have never seen one with a cover. That is too funny. Let's see. Please fit, please fit. So, let me see. Oh, come on, guys. You know you want it to fit. You know you want to... Oh, it works. Yay! Okay, I am thrilled. So what I will do is take my other tape runner off my subscription list. I will give this a whirl for the next, month or so. And then in a month, because it takes a month to get anything anyways on your subscription, I will put in the Easy Runner Grand repositionable dots. And that's what will be my staple in my stash. Now, I do have old stash that I will use up on the other one. But I feel like it's a waste. I have felt like I have wasted so much because it'll jam, it'll mess up, and then I'll stop, I'll fix it, and 2 seconds later I'll do the same thing. So I think if this one doesn't jam, it is worth every penny. We shall see. I'm going to stick this little cutie inside here, and we are just going to give this a whirl and hope, and I will, let you know over time what I think. But, so there's your craft tip. You can use this Easy Runner Grand with this, the Dot Runner, and they fit. So, yeah, you get 2 for 1. I know. Why have 2 tape guns? And clearly, if you just take the end off, it opens pretty quick. All right, friends. I hope you guys have enjoyed this organizational tips and hopefully a craft cheaper tip for you. And I will tell you, as somebody who has pretty bad arthritis, it is light. I can see why people use this. I know my other ones aren't anywhere near as light as this, or it seems like they're heavier. I really need to hold them side by side, but this is really light. So super excited. And I got to tell you, when you go to any kind of crop, and one day we're going to go back to those. And I know some of you already are, but we're having to wait. I'm super excited because things like this I probably only have to take maybe 1 to 2 extras depending on how long the crop is. On a 3-day crop, I could easily go through 2 of these. I know you're probably going, you're using too much tape. I really not. I'll just do it on the corners. I am so cheap. When it's in a drop sleeve, I'm super cheap, but I am fast. I mean, if you've ever sat by me in a crop, you'll be surprised. I will fill at least one album, if not two. And I do all the decorative pages. I don't journal. I do not journal. I do that later. But if I do it at all, I mean, the main thing is I'm saving the pictures and, I'm happy and there's a main title and I'm good with that. But if there is a story, I try to tell it. And I do think that's important. I'm not discounting it. But something like this, if it's light and compact and it will work, how fantastic is that? Because I have to be honest, I take my little creative memories. I'll take like 2 or 3 of the covers. Because I'll set them up with different size, or different types of tape. And then I just go through them, go through them, go through them, go through them, go through them. And I have to carry all the refills and it takes up space. It just takes up space. So this to me is a much better use of your money, your time, your energy, and productivity. So, all right, because we all know that's what it's about, right? Okay. Forget about having fun in the crop. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. Tell me, have any of you used this tape runner, and tell me what you think. Whether you've used the regular permanent tape or the repositionable dot tape, let me know your thoughts. And last but not least, tell me, what do you think about my little organization? Are you excited to come back and do some Redux projects? I'm excited to do them with you. I'm just catching up right now, guys. I still have some major things to get done on the estate, which I have not even touched. And I just did not feel good all last week. I really felt badly. Yeah. So I'm very thankful for today. But I noticed yesterday I went out to water things and I got through one watering can, got to a half a watering can. Or no, this was Saturday. And yeah, I got to where I couldn't lift the second can. And I knew at that point that was bad. So, and granted, I lift watering cans way up high and they're big, heavy watering cans. But yeah, I knew at that point I had to stop. So just pray for a slow return of energy, overall health to be okay, heart, everything to be good, till we get better immunity and herd immunity down here. I'm just waiting patiently. So, but it's all good. And I need some time to start walking again, building back up my endurance, making sure that I'm in better shape, get back on a better diet. Today I had veggie soup and I did put cheese on it for protein. It had a little bit of corn and a little bit of black beans left. It was like my third or fourth round of this soup. So let me tell you about, I don't know, I want to end now if you don't want to hear about a soup, but this is the cheapest, healthiest soup you can ever make. So I had a big head of cabbage soup, and you're probably going, oh, I hate cabbage. It stinks, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hang with me. So I used a chicken bone broth. I know my vegetarian friends are rolling over right now. I'm so sorry. But my cartilage is so gone in my joints. So right now we're doing things to re-up my cartilage. And I've done the collagen and the coffee and the drinks for a long time, but I'm trying everything. And so it was a concentrated chicken bone broth. So I put that in. And then I added, I think 1 or 2 chopped onions, a bag full of mini carrots, a whole thing and everything's organic, celery, whole stalk of celery, some tomatoes that they were starting to get mushy. So I just chopped them up and threw them in. And I didn't even take the skins off. Skins are good. If it doesn't bother you and it doesn't bother your family, throw them in. Just make sure they're clean and organic and all that. And then, and yes, I'm an organic snob, so forgive me. I'll do it all. I'll wash it with special washes if it's not organic, but I try to go organic as much as possible. And anyways, and then so I cooked all that. It was so good. And that was the first day. And in that I added garlic. And of course I had garlic. I added garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of garlic salt. And I'm a real snob. I really like the Lowry's. And I'm sure you're going to tell me it's not good. It's okay. And then I use predominantly pink Himalayan sea salt and white pepper. So I cooked that up, and then I added a little bit of mushroom powder. So if you don't know, mushrooms are so great for your immunity, and they make everything taste better. You really, if you're in our house, my husband hates mushrooms, so I try to sneak mushroom in one way or the other. So I put that in there, cooked it up. Oh, it was so fantastic. And the first night I served it with, I think, some kind of a bread. Probably like a sourdough bread or French bread, something like that. Then the second night came, and I was like, oh, my husband's going to hate this if I do this again. So the second night, I can't remember. I think I put some. Oh, first night I also added in pearl barley. I know, isn't that weird? But it was fantastic. So my husband felt like he really got full, and it was so good and all that. So then the second night came, and I thought, or maybe I did it for lunch. I tried to vary it up. And so the second meal, because basically, if you don't know, you can cook a meal, put it in your fridge. Within 3 days, you need to heat it completely through for X amount of time. And then you can do it again in 3 more days and 3 more days. So I'll stretch it out about that long. So the second time round, I did it for lunch, and it may have been the next day. And I added like a spicier powder, like chili powder. And my husband loves everything hot and spicy. So we had it like that, and I cooked with it fresh homemade tortillas. Yeah. Yeah. So this time I only topped it with a little bit of cheese. I think that's all I did. So that went out. Everybody ate it. They were like, oh my gosh, that was so good. Of course, the tortillas make it really good. And they were just a white flour tortilla. I know, all my flour people, I know. Then the third time I served it, I really souped it up. So I added cut corn, black beans, 2 cans of black beans. Usually I cook them from scratch, but I had some on the shelf, so I just threw them in. And then, hear this. It was so good. I did serve it again with fresh tortillas, but I did a whole stack of them, so everybody got as many tortillas as they wanted, because usually I only cook like so many per person. And so, and I still have one of them in the kitchen. Then I topped it with, hold on, chopped red onions. Chopped red onions. Wait. Let me go back. I added cumin to it, cumin powder. We love cumin. Oh, comino is so good, but cumin is so good. And it gives you that rich, kind of smoky flavor. I grew up eating it in stew and things like that. And so anytime I do anything that's supposed to have like a Mexican flavor, I will add cumin. I added more of the mushroom powder, but a lot of the cumin. And then I added some straight up chili powder and some chili powder that had a little bit of red flakes in it. And it's this blend that I get from this company. And Frontier. So I served that. I topped it with fresh chopped golden and yellow and red sweet peppers. I also topped it with red chopped onions and cheese. And then for my husband, I chopped on top of his some fresh jalapenos. And he was in hog heaven. And then I served it with fresh tortillas, no limit. And so he was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And I was like, you like it? You like it? Yeah. Oh, and a little cilantro. So today was the last day. Or last night we had it again. Served it all with everything but the cilantro. And I, instead of chopping jalapenos for his, I put a very, very hot, extra hot habanero sauce on it. And he was like, oh man, that's great. And I said, are you good? And he's like, yeah, totally good. And we ate it with the old stale hard corn tostadas. I know. And you just break them up. When your chips go stale, that's what you do with them. You put them in the soup. You make tortilla soup. I know. And sometimes I'll do this, the chips, but they're too salty to me. My husband loves it, not me. But so then today for lunch, I did the same thing. We had enough for almost everybody to have big, big bowls full. I have a little bit left, like a small bowl left. I don't know if I've got some things to take out to the chickens. They may just go to the chicken, or if my husband comes in early and says, I'm hungry again, I'll heat it up and give it to him. But he's not a soup guy, and he'll tell me, I don't want soup. He likes chowder. He likes stew. He doesn't like soup. Well, this is such a hearty stuffed. And so by this point in the game, there's no cabbage left. There's no barley left. There's black beans, corn, onions, some of the carrots, and of course there's probably celery in there, things like that you can't see. But it's such a hearty flavored soup, and it has a completely different flavor. And I always serve the cheese I use as an extra sharp white Cabot cheddar, and it doesn't take much, so you don't need much salt. And I just add water to it. If I feel like it's getting too thick, I add a little bit of filtered water to it, and I just stretch it and stretch it and stretch it, add a few more vegetables, add some beans, and by the time we get through with it, we start at one soup, we end with another. I know, it's so stinking good. I have been eating on mine for 4 hours. I feel like it so fills me up, and just trying to focus better on nutrition. And probably the worst thing in the soup, besides the Lowry's garlic salt, because that's just straight salt, and I don't use a lot, is the cheese. And I'm not gonna lie, at this point in the game, there's not much protein left in it, so I am a little bit heavy-handed, which my daughter is so cute. My youngest, she'll say, "Make it snow, mommy, make it snow," because it's a white cheese. So, but she's so sweet, and that's another tip. If you have your choice between a orange colored cheese and a white cheese, and they're the same flavor and the same company, go with the white, less chemicals. I know. There's a specific ingredient in the orange cheeses that's not as healthy for you. So if you're chemically sensitive, you may want to go with the white. I mean, we are in our family. So anyway, so that's all my tips. That's it. So I had crafting tips, tape runner tip, or crafting storage tip, tape runner tip, and a little soup to top you off. Okay, guys, I hope you're having a great day. I've been praying for all of y'all today, and I pray your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. Hopefully, we're going to get through. Our tax season was extended out to May. I'm hoping by end of April, I'll open the Etsy shop. By then, everything should be out, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And yeah, so be in prayer. Some of our listeners have been in places that have been flooding. I know Kentucky and other places, there's spring storms. So let's all be in prayer for each other, okay? Okay, friends. Again, prayer days blessed, creative, and lovely. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being a part of the channel, subscribing, leaving comments, hitting that like bell. It all helps. And I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all take care. Love you. Bye-bye.